caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the...
What's up, guys? Lance the Obscure Movie Guy coming to you once again with another fun-filled, fact-filled video that you probably won't care about, but we're going to do it anyways, trying to change the world one post at a time. And today we're going to be going over a film that has been out on streaming services for a little while. It's available on Amazon Prime. I think it's coming to Tubi, but it's a lot of fun. I got to work with the writer and director on The Morning Architect. His name is Joe Davison, and today we're talking about his film, Sorority of the Damned.
Hey, Jenny.
Hey, Trevor.
Let me guess. Toilet?
Toilet.
Come on, what? Seriously? We're not just a family of janitors. We're more. Way more.
Thank you so much for finding that book. Men can be so destructive.
Right?
She's a witch.
You damn succubus. Demon hunter. What I'm going to tell you has been passed down from Harmony Man to Harmony Man for 275 years.
Not so fast, ladies! My name is Trevor Harmon. I'm the last of my bloodline. You ain't bringing back the darkness. You ain't bringing back shit. I'm gonna hunt each down on this planet and extinguish you.
Yeah, bitch!
Are you done?
She's a witch. She's a witch.
In case you haven't caught on by now, I'm
Sorority of the Damned is a 2025 horror comedy that was written by Joe Davison and Jeremy Lester and directed by Joe Davison and Roy Nyram. Roy, you know your last name's not easy to pronounce. If I pronounce it wrong, I apologize. Basically tells the story of Trevor Harmony, played by Joe Davison, who is unknowingly a part of a family of demon hunters, and he is the last of his bloodline after his father passes away. Unfortunately, his father had Alzheimer's during the sequence in which he passed away, so wasn't able to exactly tell him everything he needed to know. So we find Trevor kind of stumbling and bumbling his way through this demon hunting after coming across some old family heirlooms and basically a book of shadows, as it is referred to as later in the film. A lot of fun. I love horror comedies, and this one was really a lot of fun to watch. From a fundamental standpoint, I think it was great. I really liked the videography. I really liked the cinematography. It was really edited together really well. I really liked some of the cinematography. The acting is spot on. All of the characters did a great job. Joe Davison is hilarious in this film as Trevor Harmony. There's also Felissa Rose is in this film as well. And she's always awesome in everything that she does. And all of the girls did a fantastic job of portraying their characters. So basically what you have is you have Trevor Harmony, who kind of, unbeknownst gets put into this situation. And I like the fact that they do explore a little bit of his background. He was supposed to be, he's got this master's degree, but ends up working on this college as a maintenance guy. Obviously taking his master's degree and not fulfilling what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to study whales, killer whales, in fact, orcas, but doesn't end up doing that. He's just a maintenance guy for a sorority house. And a lot of these sorority characters, they're all bitches with intent. And I mean that in the character way, not the actual actresses. The actresses did a great job of portraying these characters, and I did not like the characters, and that was kind of the idea. There is one particular character, Jenny, who is kind of the opposite of the rest of the girls. She's a little bit more of a nerd. She's not too worried about her looks. She wants to get a good education. She kind of likes Trevor, tries to interact with him, tries to treat him as a human being. Whereas the other sorority girls kind of look down upon him. He's just the maintenance guy. He's kind of dumb, bumbling, doesn't know what he's doing, doesn't know what he's talking about. So I think there was a good dynamic between the characters, and there's some really good screen chemistry because I did really enjoy a lot of the dialogue, a lot of the banter, the back and forth between Trevor Harmony, Joe Davidson's character, and these other sorority girls. I thought they did a really good job with that. Another thing that I thought was really funny, the dialogue in and of itself, there's a lot of pop culture like references throughout the course of this film. So you might pick up on some like a reference to like Back to the Future, The Goonies, Blair Witch, Evil Dead. So it's kind of cool how that was sprinkled in throughout the course of this. And another thing that I enjoyed from Joe, he does a few fourth wall breaks, you know, kind of like good old fashioned Deadpool. Um, and they were very well timed and hilariously executed. And they weren't so much like a fourth wall break with Deadpool can kind of be like very in your face and can be an extended period of time. It could be a whole paragraph of dialogue. In this case, Joe's just giving you a quick snippet, you know, kind of alluding to the fact that like it's a fourth wall break. He knows, the character knows, you know, he's talking to the audience, but it's just a quick one liner, just enough to be like, haha, drop the line, get the joke, make the laugh, and then be on with the rest of the plot. So I really enjoyed that. They were well timed, they were well executed. Um, but yeah, from a fundamental standpoint, this film's top notch. It's got great cinematography, good editing, videography's good, no audio issues. Great selection of music throughout the course of this film as well that really played to the strengths of the film and actually enhanced it a little bit. Um, and there's a really good mix of practical and CGI special effects, none of which was too overbearing. There's enough of both that they kind of balance each other out. The practical effects are really good when they needed to be, and then obviously with some of the magic spells and some of the things that come to life, I don't want to give too much away in the way of the plot. They did a really good job using CGI to enhance those aspects. So, but basically, what you get is Trevor Harmony kind of learning his way about going about being a demon hunter. Um, and I think it's really cool towards the end of this film. I don't want to give too much away in the way of the plot because I really do want people to go see this. It was a hilarious movie. Um, you don't like the sorority girls in the beginning of the film. You feel bad for Trevor and his life and the way it is. And that's kind of the point. Towards the end of this film, um, you know, Trevor kind of finds his way, steps up to be the demon hunter that he's supposed to be, understands he's the last of his bloodline. But then you also get this, you know, some of these sorority girls that kind of, you know, start to look at him as, you know, the hero that he's trying to be, and also kind of fight alongside him in some regards. And towards the end of this film, you kind of get Trevor Harmony with his band of, I wouldn't say band of merry men like Robin Hood, but band of merry women, demon hunting. And it definitely leaves the door open to like continue this storyline of him dealing with more demons or witches in this case. You know, any caveat of the, you know, afterlife, if you will, demons, ghouls, ghosts, witches, seems to be what he's going to be going after. So it's, in one regard, it's not that original of a storyline because it is, you can definitely see the resemblance to like Evil Dead with Ash Williams. Um, and I think Joe probably pulled a lot of inspiration from that as well. You can definitely see some Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 references in throughout the film, and you do kind of get that comedic Ash Williams, Trevor Harmony. I don't want to say that they're exactly the same character, but you can definitely see the inspiration of Trevor Harmony through the Ash Williams. Um, but I think overall this was a really well executed film, and I think Joe does a really good job of writing the dialogue because, like I said, the banter back and forth between the characters was hilarious. The fourth wall breaks are hilarious, and Joe's an interesting guy. I got to work with him on The Morning Architect. He's very passionate about a few things, and the few things that he is passionate about is like the things that he definitely wants to make sure is right for his film, for his life, for him, for his family. So I think he did a really good job. He's kind of a bigger guy. He knows that, but he does a really good job with the physicality of this character fighting these demons. Um, it's a moderately budgeted film, so there probably wasn't a whole lot of room for like stunt doubles. Um, but I think he's smart enough to understand his physical capabilities. So he's like, while I can't jump off of a two-story house, you can definitely throw me through a wall. And he definitely does get tossed around a little bit in this film. Um, So he's very self-aware of what he's capable of, and the things that he is capable of, he's willing to push to the max for the film to get the shot, to add some validity to the film in and of itself. So great job by Joe in all those regards. And realistically, at the end of the day, I really don't have any negative things to say about this film. I mean, it was just a good time. It's exactly what Joe set out for it to be. It's a horror comedy through and through. It's got a good mixture of both. It's got a great mixture of practical and special effects to enhance those things. Um, I mean, is it perfect? Probably not. I mean, I've seen some of the reviews online, and I don't know what people are watching because the IMDb rating is like 4, which I think is way off base. Um, but I mean, if you're into horror comedy like I am, it's my favorite genre to watch. I mean, this is a great film. It's really a lot of fun. It's a great popcorn flick. Um, it's hilarious. I love Joe as Trevor Harmony. I thought that was a great character for him. And I mean, I've worked with him. I've seen his range of another character that he was able to do, and it's completely different than what Trevor is. So he's working with him, and then watching this, I get to see the range that he's capable of. Um, and he's got some pretty good range. It's pretty impressive. So realistically, at the end of the day, if you're looking for a good horror comedy, definitely check out Sorority of the Damned. I think they did a great job with everything, and I'm hoping Joe continues this storyline. Maybe make it its own little universe, maybe a franchise or whatever. But um, I think he did a good job. Now, could things be polished a little bit better in the future? Maybe, but I wouldn't stop doing what you're doing, Joe, because you made a good film. It's a lot of fun to watch, and I think this is exactly what you set out to do with this film. I think you made what you wanted to make. I think you did a good job, man. So I appreciate you sending me the link to check it out. Guys, it is available on streaming platforms. Like I said, you can go check it out on Amazon Prime. You can check it out on Tubi. So go watch Sorority of the Damned. Let me know what you think of the film in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and comment to my YouTube channel. I'll see everybody in the next video.